While delivering food, the delivery guy caught a glimpse of a police uniform hanging in the customer's home. He couldn't help but stare at it for a few extra seconds. This made the man who answered the door very puzzled. He couldn't understand why the delivery guy was so interested in the uniform, but before he had time to think about it, there was another knock at the door. He opened it. He was surprised to find it was the same delivery guy again. The delivery guy then told the police officer about an extremely bizarre incident. Lately, every Thursday at dawn, he'd receive a strange order. Not only did each order come with odd notes, but whenever he delivered the food, the girl would have a cartoon-themed face mask on, smiling, although she was always the one picking up the food. She never said a single word. Not only that, the girl would occasionally make some strange requests, but far from annoying the delivery guy, he actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It felt like a game just between the two of them. Every Thursday, he looked forward to her order. However, just as the delivery guy was immersed in this delightful game, something eerie happened. On this particular Thursday night, the girl not only ordered her meal early, but she also left no message on the order form. The delivery guy rushed anxiously to her home, but after knocking on the door for a while, the girl still didn't respond. He pressed his ear against the door to listen for sounds inside, thinking she was playing a joke on him. But unlike usual, when the girl slowly opened the door, there was no trace of a smile in her eyes. Instead, her expression was filled with extreme terror, and as she took the food, she grabbed the delivery guy's hand and squeezed it hard. This left the delivery guy deeply puzzled and shocked, but it didn't end there. Something even more terrifying was yet to come. After leaving, the delivery guy's unease grew stronger by the minute. The girl's terrified gaze kept flashing through his mind. He desperately wanted to know what had happened to her, so he immediately turned back. But this time, no matter how hard he pounded on the door, there was no response from inside. A neighbor nearby heard the commotion and came out to check.
送餐呢？他呢？我送进去了。送进去了？你蒙谁呢？这压根儿没人住。
To prove he wasn't lying, the young man didn't hesitate to call the police, but what the officer told him made him break out in a cold sweat. It turned out the homeowner had died in a car accident 6 months earlier. The house had been vacant ever since. The young man simply couldn't accept this reality. To prove himself, he quickly pulled out the takeout receipt he'd kept and held out the hand the girl had pinched to show the police, but there was nothing on his hand. Whenever he recalled the girl's terrified expression, the young man was convinced she must be in danger, but no one would believe his story. It wasn't until he met Officer Jackie that he clung to him like a lifeline, desperately hoping for his help. But Jackie, who never believed in superstition, was highly skeptical of the young man's story. However, since he wasn't sure if there was a victim, he couldn't proceed with a standard investigation. After confirming the young man was of sound mind, Jackie immediately contacted his partner privately, and they went together to the girl's house to assess the situation before making a judgment. To verify whether the young man's story was true, they first needed to confirm whether anyone had lived in the house after the owner's death. But after inspecting the premises, Jackie discovered not only were there no signs of forced entry on the locks, but the house was so clean that not even a single fingerprint could be found. There were no signs that anyone had lived there recently, which made him wonder if the young man was lying. But he soon realized that the situation wasn't as simple as he'd imagined. After another round of thorough inspection, Jackie finally found a single strand of hair with a fresh root. Moreover, by all logic, a water tank that hadn't been used for a long time should be cloudy. Yet the water flowing out here was clear. At the same time, his partner used technical means to discover that after the original owner's death, not only had someone been using the computer to go online, but their usage habits were also extremely similar to the original owners, visiting the same websites every day, playing the same games, and even logging on at exactly the same times.